Hello everybody, warm welcome to ES Solutions UK. Today we're up to video 19, which will cover the topic of silent letters. Silent letters occur frequently in English, and it's a letter that is not sounded when we speak, but clearly has to be written when we write. So it can be an area of confusion for ESL students. The silent letter can be a vowel or a consonant, and it often relates to the origin of a word, and so we tend to try to follow the original language as much as possible when it reverts into, becomes a loan word, if you will, in English. And English is made up of many different languages that have evolved over and has evolved over centuries, and these sounds rub together and get changed over time to the extent that they become completely anglicized and sometimes, do differ somewhat from the original. But as I said earlier, we try to stay true to the original language. Let's take, for instance, the word tsunami. Clearly not an English word. I think it comes from Japan, Japanese language, and we try to stay true to it, and so we end up with a spelling that has a T followed by an S, but the T is silent. We simply say tsunami, but of course we have to write the T when we are writing. On a positive note, silent letters can help us to identify, sometimes differentiate, homophones. For our purposes in this video, homophones are words that sound the same, but have a different spelling and meaning. And an example of this is in the following sentence. Our friends arrived here about an hour ago. Well, hour, O-U-R, is a determiner, and hour, H-O-U-R, is a measurement of time. Exactly the same pronunciation, but different spellings and, of course, different meanings. So, silent letters can occur at the start, or the middle, or indeed at the end of a word. It doesn't actually matter. But let's give you an example of a beginning word. We gave you tsunami, there is one, but another would be gnome, G-N, silent G, the word is gnome. In the middle, we've got butcher. There is a T preceding the diphthong ch, but it's hardly sounded, butcher. And an N sound would be, an example would be climb, the verb to climb, ends in the letter B, but is not sounded, and it comes out as long vowel, climb. So it's clear that being able to identify and understand silent letters is absolutely key to getting the correct pronunciation. Going back to the examples that I've just given you, if I said gnome, butcher, and climb, people simply wouldn't understand what I was talking about. The word be at the end of a word, the first example that we gave was climb, but there are a number. Bomb, comb, lamb, num, thumb, all end in the letter B, not sounded. In a mid word, plumber, subtle. Okay, so C is often silent when combined with the vowels E and I. When the E and I follow the letter C, it's termed as a soft C, and it makes the sound S plus the following vowel sound. So the first example would be scent, S-C-E. simply making the sound s plus the vowel e. Scent, ascent, descend, crescent, muscle. Okay, so C occurs in all of those words, but is not sounded. The letter D is not sounded when it's followed by the letters G and E. And that, again, G and E form what we call a soft G, which makes the sound J, as in badge, bridge, edge, lodge, fudge. So D forming, linking to the G and E to make the soft G sound, as indicated. The letter E comes in this V-C-V layout that we've looked at in every long vowel sound. Let me give you some examples. Age, cage, late, tame, lane. We know that the E is simply indicating to us that the previous vowel must make the long sound. But the E is in itself silent. Okay, next letter in the alphabet. G is silent when followed by N. I gave you an example earlier, gnome. Another example is gnu, the animal gnu. There aren't many, so I can only give you a couple of examples there. On to the letter H. H is often silent at the beginning of a word. The earlier example that we gave you was hour, as in the time measurement. Another example would be honest, honourable. Please note that when H is silent, it uses the indefinite article an. So we wouldn't say, I will see you in an hour. We would say, I will see you in an hour, although the word hour has the H at the beginning. Where the H is sounded, of course, we wouldn't use the indefinite article and we would revert to a, as in, it is a happy day today because it's my birthday. In the layout of W plus H, we have quite a few of those, question words really. The H is silent, and so we simply make the sound w, as in what, when, which, why. K and N come together in some words, and the K is silent. We simply make the sound n, as in knee, no, knife, not. L is often silent when included within the word, as in almond, calm, chalk, palm, salmon. Some words ending in N do not sound it, as in autumn, column, hymn. P is silent in a number of layouts. For example, when P and N come together, we're thinking in terms of pneumatic, pneumonia, so no sound from the P. But it's typical with this layout of P-N-E-U. Okay, there are quite a few words in the English language there with that layout. Look them up, get to know them. P and S, likewise, psalm, pseudo. We just make the sound of S. When we get P, S and Y coming together, we actually make the sound sigh. So the Y becomes an I sound. So psychiatry, psychic, these tend to be quite sort of scientific terms. Again, look them up in the dictionary and get to know them. P can also be randomly silent in some letters. For example, coo, raspberry. Okay, on to letter S. Is silent in some words, as in isle, island, islet. T is silent in some words when it when it is preceded by S. Castle, fasten, listen, rustle. I gave an early example of butcher, where the layout of T is followed by C plus H. And that, of course, does create a silent T. Some other examples are batch, match, watch, which. U is silent in some words when preceded by the letter G, as in guard, guess, guilty, guitar. Words ending in U and E have a silent U, as in rogue, tongue, vogue. We don't say rogue you, tongue you, vogue you. Rogue, tongue, vogue. Notice also that the words build, gild, and biscuit have a U in them that is, of course, silent. W is silent, as in answer, sword, and the number 2. When followed by an H, as in whole or who. When followed by an R, as in rap, wreck, right. Okay, so this concludes video 19. Quite a lot to sort out there, so take your time, do it step by step, and the best of luck to you, and we'll speak to you in the next video. Thank you.